Howdy and hello, welcome. Puyo Tetris 2 bracket. Round robin, two-stage round robin. This is going to be our first match, and then we'll have top two going into grand finals. But the round robin phase will be first to threes, and then grand finals will be first to five. But I'm going to be playing my Lethal League match right now. So I'll be back.
Now then.
Me and you can play. What are my car keys?
Now then. Now then. Now then. Now then. Now then. Beautiful. How interesting. Now then. Now then.
You can't compete with me.
Puyo, Puyo.
Puyo, Puyo.
Now then. Now then. Now then. Now then. Now then. How interesting. Beautiful. Now then. Now then. Now then. Now then. Now then. Now then. How interesting. Right back at you. Beautiful. Now then. Now then. Now then. Now then. Now then. Beautiful. Now then. Now then. Now then.
Counterattack! Fire breath!
Right back at you.
Brother.
Bring it! Hey-ya!
Now then.
Hey-ya! Hey-ya!
Now then.
Fire breath! Dragon tail! Hey-ya! Fire breath! Bring it!
Beautiful.
Dragon tail!
Now then. How interesting. Magnificent.
Hey-ya!
Now then.
Fire breath! You can't compete with me!
One of you can play Braven. Can you click the everything tourney scene?
Everything turns.
This is tourney.
This is casuals.
It is?
Yeah.
We were starting the bracket.
Oh yeah, we're starting to bracket, but this is not a serious game.
It can be both.
Okay, so you actually have to face the direction you're in. Wow, that's actually realistic.
You actually have to hit the ball with your bat.
Sick. Okay. Or did you find what I was talking about?
Yeah, I hit that scene, and then I reported my score. Man, can you believe this? Ronald didn't even make me first seed.
It's round robin. I didn't want to seed anything.
You're first seed, Graham.
You didn't.
Just because I'm the young prodigy.
Yeah. You're the up and comer here to dethrone my old fart self. The real crime is that he seated himself above Humberto.
Brother!
That's what he would.
When it's charging up like that, you can press the
Wait, can I still do this? Yes, I can. It's not perfect. Just yeah. You know, this is the first time I've ever actually used an Xbox D-pad in game.
Don't you know how important my Puyo seed is to me? I need to be the best. My reputation needs it.
So many different bullshit abilities.
We call that a cross-up.
Do you guys know the fun fact, fun trivia of who voices Candyman?
Yes.
My good old buddy, the creator of Troll Face.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and play one of them in a Puyo.
So anyway, I'm trying to go.
Sonata's got some stardom.
I could commentate there, Puyo. The mic's on, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's been on. Go ahead.
Yo, I could.
If it's also fine, could you go to the notepad?
You're using the same controller, right?
I'm gonna use the same game for one.
And that's just you want to use a different one, right? Or you want to use that? Then yeah, just go back to the select character. If you want the little strappy things too, I can.
Wait, Raven, you're actually gonna use that? Okay.
Yeah, you always just change characters, the role should be the same.
Let's play together!
Leave it to me.
Yeah, win count free already.
Can you go to the notepad documents and update the player 1 and player 2?
The notepad documents, player 1, player 2. Yeah. 1 second. Braven.
Anyone for Tetris?
And then, yeah, go for it. And player 2 still play. Paprcut. Alright.
Oh, good!
Alright, now let me open the actual stream so I can commentate this mess. What's up, people? It's Peter the Great. I'm watching the best game. Let's play with Tetris time. Let's go. Alright, we're heading right into the swap after the starting with Tetris. Looks like Paprcut had some of the earlier damage, which is honestly pretty good.
Now then.
But at the same time, we'll have to see how well Braven can kind of adapt to it. Because, like, the thing about early damage is, like, it sucks a little bit, but it can honestly be used to your advantage. Because you can kind of form puzzles and, like, combos based off of the damage taking up some space for you. Kind of building over his own gap, which is honestly smart. When you have a line like that, honestly, you can cover that space a lot better. So it still works out.
Now then. Beautiful.
No problem.
Now then.
So right now it's kind of still even footing. Neither of them have really anything too big set up on either side.
Now then.
Like, there's a lot of buildup on the Tetris side for Braven, but, like, you'll have to see if you can actually adjust that in time. It's a bit of a, like, risk-reward deal. Because depending on how much damage Paprcut sends back, it'll just even back out. Filling his gaps.
Beautiful.
Right, kind of clearing his own garbage out, so now that big tower's got to start getting some work done on it. Having two gaps is a little worrisome, because now your line pieces aren't eliminating as fast as you'd like. It can go either way because you can use your L pieces there, but it still delays the inevitable. Still looking like a big Puyo combo could be set up here.
Now then.
Alright, the one into the duo is pretty good. Sends a good chunk of garbage, just covers up any setup you might have had. As they're going back into the swap. Looking like he's deciding not to set off that combo early. Depending on how he had placed that yellow, he might have been able to set off a 2 or a 3 piece, but opting to instead kind of keep it. Which could still work out. Still, this tower's built really high. And now he's lowered it down to just one side, one gap. But a lot of little divots left, which means these blocks are just not working out. These 2 pieces might be his undoing as they seal off his only chance at exit. Depending on how much Paprcut sees his opportunity, Braven might not make it back from that.
Now then. Now then.
Going back to a nice, kind of more, like, both of them are kind of taking it slow as we go into this first round. They're not, like, trying to set up anything too elaborate. They're kind of just taking their time playing it. But it's working out in Paprcut's favor because he's able to play a lot slower with it. He's kind of able to just drop pieces at his leisure. All right, even with the swap there, he's got a lot of space to clear, but he's got the pieces, and now he's got 2 lines. This is where the reversal begins. Not quite able to stop him in time.
Now then.
And it pays off in the end. Not quite able to get the execution right at the end when he needed it. All right, just the score real quick. Boop, 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 boop. All right. Now we head into the next round. Starting off with a nice 2-piece, but that one last yellow evading any possible full clears. We were talking about it a bit in the pre-round, but full clears in Puyo are scary, even early on. Because even if it's just like the 2 combo, the damage from a full clear is saved for later. So if you can manage that early on, you can make use of that almost instantly in the follow-up combo, even if that combo itself was not impressive.
Now then.
The differences in their strategies are kind of paying off a little bit, because, like, it ultimately is going to come down to if Braven can really, like, land the hits when he gets them. Because Paprcut's shown he's more willing to kind of just clear stuff as he goes. He's not, like, setting up for really big Tetrises. He's just kind of placing and clearing as he gets them, which is honestly fine. It doesn't do a ton of damage, but it keeps him alive. It doesn't allow garbage build to mess up his setup. And more importantly, it doesn't make it where if you mess up and block what could have been your big damage, you don't have to risk getting hurt from it. Got a 2-piece there set up, but not quite anything too big off of that, especially because with his own little bit of just singles there, it kind of clears the damage a bit. A little bit of Tetris damage, but not quite too bad. Honestly, it's kind of a good system for him because he's taking the damage that would be in Puyo and moving it to Tetris where he's more proficient at clearing it. And that's honestly a pretty smart defensive strat. Just if you're ready for garbage, delaying the garbage enough to where you put it in the game that you can deal with will go a long way. Like I said, looking at these boards. Oh, that's a top combo starting up. Yeah, all that garbage he spent the time clearing is now going to probably build back a little bit, but it wasn't with an extensive combo, so it's just kind of blocking off a little bit. One or two like simple moves will honestly clear it out pretty cleanly. As we move back into Tetris. And the swap combo again for a little extra damage. And now Paprcut's kind of got a big tower set up. It's not looking too hot. He can't really figure out how he wants to close this specific gap. It's a little specific in how it's set up and needs like oddly specific pieces to deal with. So he's a little bit of a time waste.
Now then.
David's continuing up his onslaught though, starting with another 2. Pretty standard, pretty standard. But this like constant assault of 2s and 3s and occasional Tetris things, like just, it's kind of just dealing enough. At the end of the day, when you're playing in a game like this, that's the advantage. Braven still is the one actually like causing the fights first. So even though Paprcut's clearing the garbage, it doesn't really matter because more is just coming. Even if it's not a ton, the fact that it's just a constant onslaught of just, nope, here's more to deal with, nope, here's more to deal with, will be enough. It's going to ultimately come down to if Braven can like send something big enough to finally overtop the limit, or Braven will mess up and thus give Paprcut a chance to like start reversing the momentum. But that 2-piece combo that was sent is now completely met over by Braven's 3-piece combo. So even with all that work, it's just going right back. Again, it seems like every step that Paprcut does, Braven's just one step ahead. But what will be the lethal blow is what matters most, and how they play around this Tetris will matter for a lot for that. Blocking that Tetris with his own, very important. Well, these towers are not looking good on Paprcut's side. His Tetris side is looking a little rough. And without anything to really get started here on the Puyo side either, this is Braven's chance to make a big move. Whoa. Said he does have some options there to kind of clear some of the Puyos faster. He's getting consistent 1 pieces, so he is clearing the trash, but it's not quite strong enough. And that's a big collection of reds. That's going to be a massive duo. And with how the Tetris is lined up, it's going to be too much to stack above him. First to 3.
Tim ran an audible. Going first to 3 and then finally first to 5. Now do you see an example of the matches where it can drag out?
Doesn't matter, get good. And I'm having fun.
Get good. We can't all be prodigies like you, Tim.
Yeah, but we can all be Braven. And he's working it. He's the prodigy, right? He's the #1 seed.
My PS4 says I will have it at 9 o'clock tonight.
All right, this time we got Paprcut starting with the 2-piece, but Braven paying right back with the counterattack. So both Puyo not really accomplishing either. So oddly enough, that kind of backfired, because when you send Tetris trash, it comes out fast, but it can be used against you because it comes out as just simple blocks. So you can use it against the person by then just it making your own blocks for you. If you have the right setup and the trash isn't sparse enough, it just kind of gives the opponent their own Tetrises to come back with. Being creative with how you want the garbage to stack up, depending on which side either you're proficient in dealing with or building off of, can make a huge difference. A bunch of blue around that yellow, so he has a setup for a 2-piece right there. Well, the Paprcut kind of starting something different. The combo's starting to connect there. You saw he could have activated the green and thought about it, but realized, like, no, I can build a combo here. And that kind of piece that's how you get that proficiency to increase. It's just a bit of awareness that you realize, wait, rather than pull the trigger now, I can delay this and do this later. And it just adds up from there. You get more and more steps. Right now the garbage is starting to clear out, but Braven's looking a little bit fresher on that side. But again, it's looking a little bit evenly matched. No one kind of has a solid lead yet. No one's made a really big play to kind of even the score. Braven has a fresh Puyo board, though. We'll see what he builds here.
Now then.
Not quite building the 2 there. I respect it. I respect it.
Now then.
Because you have an option here. How do you want to build this? These little bits of garbage are blocking some things off, but they're not quite strong enough to where it stops any combo from happening. This won't be a combo, but it could lead to a swap depending on how aggressive he wants to play it.
Now then.
Only a 1 so far. The swap combos are nice just to like make your garbage clears a little bit easier, get a little more damage when you can.
Beautiful.
We're switching right back.
Make up your mind.
Now then.
We're kind of seeing the similar situation we saw in Tetris happen to Braven and Puyo now, where he's got like things built up, but it's nothing too incredible.
Now then.
And depending on how garbage comes by, it could ruin some of his setups. He doesn't have anything too big of a combo here. He's going to do a 2-piece off the top, though, which I do respect. Trim the top off and get yourself ready for anything later. All right, covering some of his Tetris spaces there, but not quite the right L piece he wants to cover in that one gap. I know it, but now he's got it just in time. And that right there, that one big tower from that 4-piece up top seals the deal and gives Braven the 3-0 and the fist bump for his round here in the round robin.
I mean, Warren works perfectly.
All right, we're pulling.
Nick was struggling with magic connection for some reason. Oh, thank you. So let's see. Against Humberto.
I also didn't have a Bandcamp account, so I was like, I'll do it one time.
This is gonna be an interesting Lethal League bracket. I need to make a note that it was 2-0 but close against Luis.
Add the extra note. There's next to 2, just 2 but close.
Was he parrying? What did you?
Well, I kept facing the wrong way.
What?
I knew what he was gonna do, but I was facing the
No,
wrong way.
I
and
didn't
then
bring my
get hit.
hitbox.
No.
He wanted to play Melty, and I play it on box. I'm here to play real games. Why are you blaming him? It's my fault I didn't bring my controller. Don't blame him.
Wait. You played Humberto. Who else played Lethal League before? Oh wait, I played Humberto. I forgot. 1-2-0. So what we'll do next? I'll play Braven.
Braven's blowing through brackets then. Let's do it. But he's in both brackets, so that'd be good.
Because
He's in
those
both.
two are only in Lethal League. Humberto and Braven are in both.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
wait,
have
I'm in both too.
yeah, so have Braven play again, because then he can focus on Lethal League after.
Yeah. So Braven, me and you will play here.
I'll update. See which side y'all are on.
Luis, you play. Oh wait, I forgot. David's only in Puyo though. Right?
Yeah,
So actually,
I think.
I'll
Yeah,
play David. Yeah, you play Humberto, you play Sandy, and I'll play David. Yeah. So me and David on Puyo.
all right. Then you're on the Joy-Cons then, because he was on the other controller. Unless you want to switch it.
Which side is the Joy-Con?
Player 1.
Okay.
Unless you want to use a different controller, then you have to go to home and just re-grip order, but that takes no time at all.
Yeah, I'm fine with this.
Alright, I'll adapt it.
Yeah,
Player
so
one tag.
Type in the Word doc in the note
Yeah, and then
doc,
save it.
Save, and then
BBoy
switch to Game and Scores.
Are you just permanently on Commentators?
Well, until I play more.
Leave it to me.
And control us. Game and scores. Scores are set to 0. Y'all ready?
Yeah, just let us know when you're ready.
Go ahead. I'm just bringing these in because they were not fitting my head.
I'm sorry.
I don't got big hair like you, so I gotta adjust the headset to fit me. Alright. Next round of Puyo. Starting with Puyo. Alright. We got B-Boy and Paprcut. We're doing it. See how they start off these Puyos.
Now then.
The immediate one. This only drops the one there, but hey, clears up his row. Ronald has something started he could turn into a combo.
Now then.
And you happen to pull the trigger early. But you see how important those combos are, where even though that was just a 1-2 combo, that's still such a full layer of Puyos. Having a 2-layer is so much more important than the 1 layer. The growth you get from it is exponential. I'm taking a moment to figure out where his swap button is. It looked like not quite as comfortable with the Joy-Cons as he said he would be. Which is okay, though. He chose this. His own dang fault.
Beautiful.
So far, neither player's kind of doing anything too crazy on either side. Paprcut didn't really set up anything crazy on the Puyo side either, or the Tetris. But both of them will have just a 1 drop, which helps your swap a little bit. A 1 drop on Tetris adding to a swap combo is just like 1 or 2 extra Puyos. It's nothing crazy, but it does help. I'm taking a little further advantage of it by getting a 2 combo instead. So even though David had his 1 and then his 1 after, it did only mitigate like a couple. Swapping back to Tetris. Right now, David's side looking a little more condensed. There's a lot of the gap on the side, but those kind of gaps that are evenly spaced are better because you have more options. The last thing you want in your Tetris builds is a situation where like certain blocks just become useless. You want to build it in a way to where certain blocks can be used in multiple places. So that way, you don't have to worry about like, oh, I need this piece to make my combo stay fine or to make my wall stay clean. You have multiple options to where these pieces can stack, and that makes it much cleaner and easier to keep things ahead. Oh, there's absolutely a thing as playing lame in this. And right now, David's not doing lame at all. Right now, he started up something big. Ronald has to set off his 2 combo just to clear his garbage. And it looks like he's going to do another 2 combo to clear off as he gets into the swap. With Ronald kind of currently having a down foot in Puyo, he's going to have to see if he can make Tetris kind of be his even playing field.
How interesting.
You can play lame in this game by focusing entirely on garbage clearing. If all you do is constant like 1 and 2 Puyo combos and then just clear lines as soon as you get them, you technically mitigate the chance you have of things ruining your combos or getting you to the top and killing you. That said, you yourself are not doing any damage, so all you're doing is delaying. It doesn't really win you the game as much as it does stall out. It can work because if you delay long enough, it becomes an execution check. Because in Tetris especially, Tetris can be ruined by you just misclicking. You can mess up your entire flow. So if someone plays lame, but plays lame cleanly, it's totally likely that if someone is like a novice at Tetris or just isn't comfortable, they'll eventually just mess up. And if they mess up, they can't clear what your just normal stuff will be doing.
So you're basically just letting them do it themselves.
Yeah. It's not the best strat, but it can work depending on the opponent. That said, Ronald's getting a Tetris right now, so it's very clearly not going to work on him as easily as you'd expect. And at the same time, Ronald plays Tetris fairly aggressively. He cleared all his lines the second he had the chance, so he's not exactly here to play lame either, despite his reputation. That said, David had a massive return fire, and all that setup that Ronald had is immediately cut off. That said, the 2-piece combo right after clears it out a bit. And then very awkward chain of purple, even though it wasn't tied to the combo he wanted, cleared a ton of that garbage. So all that ultimately ended up doing was kind of equalizing their boards. We see these kind of moments with both players where when they see a piece and it's not exactly what they want or exactly something they think will build, we see this awkward pause as they go, okay, where do I want to put this? And having that pause is a little rough but can be beneficial. But it depends entirely on what you do. I really like David's switch there. Switching from seeing he had the 2-piece, he had the long piece that could fit and get a 2, but he saw, wait, I have an L piece I'm holding and that can get me the 3, and switching right to it as he switches in. Great eye to keep the long piece saved and make full usage of that piece when you had it. Because right now, their lead in Tetris is kind of close. Both of them can kind of get setups a lot easier, but Puyo is also kind of dangerous. And right now, Ronald's the one who's got that edge up. So David needs every bit he can get. He's going to see how Paprcut does this. If I were to ask who has the momentum right now, I'd probably give it to Ronald. Give it to B-Boy. He's got it. And it's because of this right here. He's got his Tetris set up a lot cleaner, and then his Puyo has access to his lower floors a lot better. That said, Ronald's kind of in a danger zone, because you lose in Puyo not by hitting the top, but by hitting that specific X. So having a combo, have anything built in that third column is dangerous. If Garbage just gets unlucky or he doesn't move fast enough and just drops one there, it's over. Doesn't matter all the stuff he has there. Case in point.
Gravity was my ally.
It's a high risk, high reward.
It's more like it's more just like risk. There isn't really much reward. It's the same as any of your other combos, but that one specific space is the kill zone. It's the same thing for Tetris. Tetris, you don't die by just blocks reaching the top. Tetris, you lose if the block that spawns cannot move because there's a thing in it. So technically, you can build up the sides like crazy, but that will add up. Ooh, I don't like placement of that red to build up a tower. Red pieces are great in the situations exactly like B-Boy has because you can put it in that vertical positioning and it not only clears the line, but it just completely refills it as it was. It's a great way to just burn a line without building these awkward towers. Because with that tower the way it is, especially because of the 2 and 3 places, there are very few blocks he can put around it. And blocks he put on it just exacerbate his problem. Using the L to kind of fill the space works out for the similar reason, but once again, that L would have been much better suited, say, for something else, because these reds are just building up a pile right there, and he doesn't have the right L piece. Burning the Tetris to defend against it, very smart. You don't really have an option for this. You can place it in the left there to kind of fill the space, or you can try to save it, and he opts for saving it. But even with that save, now he's kind of got multiple pieces he doesn't want. This will burn the piece at the moment, but I believe it will keep it in place for later. Ooh, I didn't like that placement of that purple. I could have set up for a 3. And right now, this isn't looking good, because here comes these purples, and he's going to set up for a 2-piece right here. Oh, he's opting against it. Oh, gets an extra kick in there. Okay, a little bit smarter, because that adds a little extra Puyo. Ronald's got to detonate this now. He has no other options. He's saving it for a swap. This is going to be big. But his Tetris isn't really built up, so we'll have to see how well he can make full advantage of that swap.
So what's wrong
Now then.
David's win condition?
The win condition is just to bury the other person with garbage. You win this game by doing a big enough combo to where just they cannot recover. Because you can always kind of place pieces. And the big thing about this is you can delay it by hitting things. If you do even just one combo or just one line clear, that delays the garbage falling. The garbage only falls when you do a place that gives you nothing. So depending on how you build it, that's part of what your playing lane can do. You can delay garbage forever. But if all you do is delay it, it's still there. You need to set off a big enough combo to get rid of it.
Can I figure out how to get more than one entity sides?
As we move back into Tetris, Ronald's side looking a little rough for wear again, but not as bad as before. Paprcut's side looking honestly all right. Oh, Ronald with a misinput. We can hear him grinding about it. But this entire side here, that's an awkward place to put that red. But that said, he's able to make it work. He has ways to clean this out, and it's kind of working. It's a little awkward, but it is working.
Reasonably get every color for
Now then.
Okay, we enter into this level of Puyo. Ronald has colors built together, so he could try to string something together. But alas, this will be a double fall, so that yellow won't line up. Oh, but the next one will. The delay, that's a 4-chain. This is going to be powerful. And it switches to Tetris, where Paprcut's not built enough to handle this. He needs to find some option here, and Ronald needs to take full advantage of this. He did have a T-spin position there ready, but I don't think he was aware of it. T-spins are kind of a high-level thing, and not something that, like, if you don't already show proficiency in being prepared for, you're probably not going to be ready for it. All right, he's able to move that over to Puyo, but his Tetris side is looking rough, especially with that place of that L. That limits his clearing of those bottom 3 lines until he gets that top part. This is looking rough and looking like Ronald's round to win. Depending on how cleanly he plays his Puyo, he can wrap it up and move on to game 3. And the best part about this is as we get to this later stage, notice that the timer is very quick. When you're early on, the timer between matches is somewhere around 30 seconds. Here, we were looking at 21. It was far quicker, and he had way less time to deal with that. Ronald taking a deep breath and getting his first point on the board. Starting immediately with Tetris this time, and watch kind of how they build it. They had different starting pieces, which is interesting. Just another thing to note. The thing about Tetris is that it does change between, like, versions. Tetris is a very interesting game because although at its core it's pretty much the same, the way the game works under the hood is vastly different by a lot of versions. Most notably, if you pay attention to the pieces here, this game is pseudo-random in how it gives you your pieces. Some Tetris games will just give you pieces completely randomly. You might just get like 3 of the same piece in a row.
Yeah, I know it's like in an order in some versions.
Yeah. This game is one of those games that has that order. You will get the 7 pieces, and you will not get a duplicate until you've gotten one of each 7 piece. So it doesn't, you might get pieces in a row because you might get the line as the 7th in that first set and then get a line again. But the game will not give you 3 in a row in any way because of that stipulation. You have to make your own 3s by doing the hold system and managing that. It also means you've got to build with that in mind because you are going to get one of each piece just as you go. So you have to build flexibly. I know, Ronald's the one with a bit of awkward Tetris garbage. It's in a really awkward position to where he doesn't really get anything big off of them. Compared to David, who has not really any Tetris garbage. He has that one row at the bottom, and he's got the one line down there. If he can close off his sides, that line will be amazing amounts of damage. But right now, he's starting 2-piece to fight back and clear this Puyo. He has the green, yellow, and blue all set up on the bottom there that depending on how he clears this, he can definitely salvage it with his own combo depending on the coming pieces. But getting only yellows and greens is a little rough for him. That said, if he can trigger those blues, clearing those yellows a little early, he could have saved this for a combo. Ronald's not really eyeing that L piece right. He thought it was the other direction. Getting a small swap combo, but nothing too big because it was only with small 1s and 2s on the Tetris side. And a little too fast on this drop on the D-pad. Luckily, that's not as bad as it seems because you can rotate around it, but putting that L piece there just exacerbates the problem. That was not the right move. And now as we move back into Puyo, and we go into David not just doing his own combo, but doing it off of the Tetris trash that just carried over, Ronald is fighting for his life here to stop any of that from coming in. He finally clears it with that 2-piece combo and clears all the garbage and his Puyo side completely, but his Tetris situation's looking a little rough as a core. Although David has, like, openings there, it's much easier to fill a gap of 3 than to deal with Ronald's situation if you're not fast enough. Because Ronald has to clear that line first before he can even get anything there, and there's a block on top of it, so it's really awkward to even place with that in mind. And going along with, again, the order of these pieces, it's just not working out for him. His Tetris kind of ceiling is really covered. He doesn't really have a ton of options here. Paprcut making a little bit of a mistake there on his top, but he still has his side open, which leaves a ton of options for him. He's get long pieces or the right L to cover that space.
Ooh, yeah, Ron looks like he kind of fucked up.
All right, got a couple things built there on the Puyo side, though. He can do a couple 2-pieces there. This will be a nice clean 2-piece as we move into the swap, but he's a little early, and it carries over just in time. But will this swap work out? I don't know if I agree with this idea of trying to use the swap combos there. Honestly, I think he should focus more on optimizing damage for later in Puyo. Don't optimize just, oh, let me get the swap when I can. Save it for later.
Strategy and thinking. Ron can sometimes have 2 left hands.
Right now, I do not like Paprcut's towers there. Towers are not looking good. He's had his chance to kind of get a lead of Tetris, but it's kind of slipped away from him. Both of them are kind of in similar rough spots, so it's really going to come down to who makes the next big move first.
Unless, like, Ron is left-handed. Is Ron left-handed?
I don't know.
I'll ask him after.
Both of them kind of just doing a normal hit. We'll see if they get anything off of it, but I don't think they will. Neither of them really have the build for it. Ronald setting off a big hit there, but David able to counter back immediately. But it's a little rough, and no long piece incoming. His upcoming pieces are all L's and blocks. He's not quite getting the piece he needs, and that'll cap off that game 3. All right, we'll see how they play this out. Ronald opting for the immediate pull the trigger on those floors, but Paprcut kind of opting for a little bit of delay. Yes, it's first to 3. This was the first to 3 based off of my whining. Because I liked the full combo event, but it being first to 2, I played for like 4 minutes a set. It was super quick. So I was like, I feel like it could be a little longer. So we are instead doing first to 3. That said, this game does suffer from the same problem literally every fighting game suffers from, where all the good players are like, no, make it best of 3 or whatever, or best of 5, because games go so fast. And then you get to like every level that isn't that, and it's got people making more careful decisions, people not making as big of punishes, and the games take way longer.
Because ironically, there's like in between, where in skill levels where glory at the bottom it's really slow, it can be really slow, and then the mid is really fast, and then once you get higher, it slows down.
Ronald is kind of awkwardly placed here. He doesn't really have anything set up for his combos, and he has a really awkward chain. Thankfully, it's one to the left of the kill spot, so he's not in immediate danger, but that does interfere with a lot of his setups. That Tetris will give him a nice edge here, but it put the garbage perfectly where his opening already was, so he can combo this incredibly well. You do all that work to get that garbage, and then just Tetris garbage is so immediately countered back. And he has it set up to have a triple setup right back. Excuse me. He's going crazy with it. Paprcut's kind of like adapting and setting up a lot more swap combos with a lot more oomph behind them, and that's going to pay off huge. Because right now, Ronald's looking behind. And Ronald's looking at this one spot to be killed. He had to clear that immediately. It's looking rough. You got the audience kind of getting behind this. They're kind of sitting here trying to root on their guys. Puyo goes crazy, y'all. This game always gets a crowd. Ooh, but that placement of that was a little rough. Right now, David's Tetris side is looking a lot cleaner. And he's got a Tetris set up. Looks like he's saving it for the swap, which is smart. Considering Ronald's Puyo situation, saving that damage for later is a really smart play. That Tetris covers up what Ronald's going for here, and he's not getting the right colors to really clear this garbage. This is looking rough. Oh, this is, depending on where this goes, he can delay it. Okay, he's able to put the yellows there to kind of clear out, and he's got a big opening on his kill spot now. But good gravy, Ronald's Puyo is looking rough, and his Tetris is not looking much better. This is PaprcutRadiation's game to win. If he keeps playing like this, Game 5 is going to be incredibly in his favor. He saved a Tetris and filled that gap perfectly. I was wondering what he was going to try to build there depending on the pieces he had saved, and he knew in time and executed fast enough to have the Tetris ready. And can he optimize it with a swap here? He gets a simple one with it, and that covers enough completely. We are looking at a Game 5. You're welcome. Ronald's over here whining because he won Game 3, acting like, no, I was the better player. I see how it is.
No, I don't want to fight my life for this long.
I bet Ronald wants games to be best
he wants best of ones, so let's just be the better player and win. We are getting skilled Puyo out here, Ronald.
This is what happens when someone adapts.
What adaptation it has been is, like, he's shown proficiency in, like, building ahead. We literally saw it in some of the earlier games. Like, he saw, like, okay, I could build a thing here, but I could build on top of it with this thing to build into it. And, like, it's a really simple adjustment, but that mindset shift is the key to Puyo compared to Tetris. Because Tetris is about just kind of clearing as fast as you can. It's execution, and it's, you see the gap, you fill it. It's pretty simple comparatively. But Puyo, you have to think steps ahead. It's less fast, but it's more planned. It's more methodical.
No, I just do things in the moment.
So right now, we'll have to see kind of how he wants to optimize this. A giant collection of greens sends a decent wave of garbage over. Doesn't really cover up anything, but it's a good way to clear a lot of space for later. And now he's setting up something else here. What's he cooking up? That's looking like a 3. That's a pretty substantial amount of damage. And we moved on to, I was only able to get a 1 off after Puyo to try to counter it, so that's a good chunk of Tetris damage built up. So Paprcut right now has his chance. That's a lot of damage, and he's clearing Tetris pretty cleanly. Good use of switching to those pieces. He's kind of like figuring out his, like, figuring out a game plan here that's working. Opting, now he's got the lead, I kind of like that idea to save the 4-piece. He has a comfortable lead on the Tetris side where he doesn't have to keep the pressure on as hard, so he can kind of focus on trying to build something bigger rather than just clearing lines. I like that idea. It's a little risky because the immediate piece couldn't fill the gap he had, but it works out. How's Ronald going to play around this? He's cleared a good chunk of his garbage, and he has a lot of colors matched, so this could be the time for a reversal. All right, we'll see how that reversal's on his side. But alas, that yellow in the way, so his swap isn't going to be as big of a combo as he'd hoped for. And with the Tetris coming from Papercut. Ronald's not really ready to clear that damage. B-Boy's on the back foot. All right, and we see again, similar situation. Papercut's kind of built up a better setup on Tetris. But we'll have to see how Ronald can kind of deal with this on the Puyo side. Okay, this will set up a 2, but because of that gap, it awkwardly just doesn't fall as much as he'd want it to. So even though it does decent damage back, it doesn't really optimize the damage as well as it could have. Opting for just the five Puyo, just single hit. And both of them getting a swap off of it, but Papercut's swap a little bit stronger, and his board's looking a little bit cleaner. Opting to hold on to that long piece. Very smart. Especially since another one was just on the way. Ooh, but building a tower there. I don't know if I like that purple placement. It's a little rough.
Now then.
Neither of them are really cooking anything here. Ronald's Puyo's looking a little more optimized, and he has taken a pretty good chance at clearing a lot of his Tetris garbage.
Now then.
So it's looking like Ronald is clawing his way back. Papercut's got to find like a big hit again. He needs to get his momentum back. He's kind of lost it. When you leave a gap this big, it won't be enough time before your opponent starts to seize it.
Beautiful.
But Ronald's playing a little slow here. Kind of thinking about his next moves. He doesn't want to risk a misinput and ruining it, which is very smart. The last thing you want to do when you're like already clawing your way back is pull out the rock you were using to climb.
Now then.
Clearing out just kind of simple one pieces here. Both of them kind of just wiping out garbage. A 2-piece.
How interesting.
Ooh, that's a lot of Puyo coming from that, actually. That swap combo was a little stronger than it looked. And Ronald holds it so that garbage is coming back to Tetris. His Tetris garbage is already underneath a significant layer. I don't know if he'll clear it in time. This is looking harder and harder each time. Especially because Tetris is Papercut's preferred game. So when you leave the gap here, this is the one you're on the back foot in. That's rougher to be in. That's a scarier situation. This time we've got the triple coming over to Puyo. And it's sealing off a bunch of Ronald's setup. And it seals off the yellows he just set up as well. Ronald's setups just keep getting perfectly covered, and he's not quite able to get anything cooking. He has an option here. Okay, he clears an opening, but it's not quite as good as he could have it.
Now then.
Ronald's on the back foot. As he clears out this garbage, he's looking rough, but he has all these divots out, so that block isn't looking nice, and he's got other blocks coming. So you have to place emptily, and you have garbage coming. He can delay this a bit, but if he does, then whatever carries over from this Puyo into Tetris could be the end of him. He needs to make this comeback now. He needs to get something started here in Puyo immediately, or he's not making it back. That was a good start because it carried over the Tetris damage, but he didn't really have anything started there, so that didn't really stop anything. It wasn't strong enough to kill, and he didn't have any setup to where it would really matter. Both of their Tetrises are looking a little rough, though, and he's the one who just had a 2 Puyo ready. And it's enough to claim it right at the end. After a nail-biter Game 5, Ronald gets it.
That game was something else. And that was streamed. That's even better.
That was nuts.
That was something else, man.
That is some of the most try-hard stuff I've ever done in my life.
Y'all were fighting for it.
Dang, he's saying he's saying that he wasn't tryharding in fighting games.
A dang close 3-2.
Oh, I might need a minute.
You got a bit.
I was like so focused, but still like making some of the dumbest plays.
What fighting games do you play on
Do
pad?
you want a headset, by the way?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm down to commentate. I'm here asking the questions, the interesting questions that Tim wants to answer.
Somewhat. Somewhat.
What do you mean, someone?
Some of these questions are overly fighting gamey. Danny boy in chat.
Pestering this
Oh, we
guy
got the ad
with
break
all
going.
his
People didn't even hear me.
Tim is informative.
We got the ad break going on right now. Let's go.
Doesn't help that this is definitely kicking in right now. Good lord.
It tastes like blue.
Just like blue Jolly Rancher.
Oh yeah, it's blue raspberry.
And blue raspberry is like a fake flavor, but I love it because it tastes that and everything.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
'Cause
what is blue raspberry?
It's just what they named that candy flavor. It's no such actual flavor like it, but every blue raspberry flavor like candy thing or flavoring has that same specific kind of flavoring.
But that's
Isn't it
what I
like-
mean. Like, what is it even meant to like imitate?
Because it's not raspberry. It's just a made up flavor, and that's what they named it.
Yeah, what?
Wow, to think about.
You think that's what the Japanese blue Hawaii is? Because that's what they have that flavor of.
Like, what
Do you
is
think
that?
it's the same flavor?
Like, what if it's not blue raspberry? What
Oh,
is it
he records and clips this stuff. It goes up.
This is all getting exported.
It's going exported. That clip of me playing against Phil has like a ton of views.
What is
Like
it
I
actually?
posted it like once or twice, and I checked back, and the video goes from like 2 views to 30. And I was like, dang.
Yo, shout outs to my brother. Thank you for sharing.
That time when I got the Tetris, I probably should have applied that to Ronald's Tetris setup and said, boy, that was like the one thing that.
Yeah, the way you were adapting where you were putting your damage was super good. I was like noticing that as you were playing. I was like, he's really like changing when he wants to do the damage, and it
I realized
paid off
after a
massively.
bit that I just needed to survive because you started seeing way too strategic with when to put the garbage on me.
I'm suddenly turning this into a real-time strategy game.
Yeah, there's a lot of layers in this game. You can do a lot in it. I love it. You can express so much from it.
I can hear. Actually, I can actually hear you right now.
Oh yeah,
Hey.
you can hear each other.
Cool.
Say something, Brandon.
Something.
Again,
Something.
both of you talk.
Yeah, I can talk. I can talk a whole bunch. I'm pretty good at it.
I'm always talking, saying some. I'm always saying something.
Yeah,
Let's have you both at the same level.
that'll work. Looks like and Umberto's setting up Puyo on his machine too, so we'll have 2 setups for each. Nice, nice.
You have a lot of hair.
Correct.
So I kind of have to adjust my headset to.
They're playing Grand Blue. Can't you tell?
Yo, Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising?
So I feel like I have to play Humberto on his setup because he's obliged me the last 2 times playing on Switch when he said his preferred way to play is on his stick. So I feel like I'm obligated to play on his setup at least once.
Who even plays Tetris on stick?
Humberto, and his stick weighs like 3 pounds. Seriously, the thing's heavy. You could feel your finger muscles getting swole playing with it.
Oh God.
It's obnoxious.
Here's a UFB. Why didn't you play it on Switch?
It doesn't work on Switch.
I've used it.
It didn't want to work for Puyo. If you tried it the last couple times, it just didn't want to work.
Does
Yeah. It just wasn't syncing properly. It just didn't want to do it because he said like his board had stuff for Switch compatibility, but it just didn't want to play nice.
what does plain stick do for your grip strength?
For grip strength, I don't know. Why are you holding it that hard? Because grip strength is like your whole hand, like your palm and knuckles. Why are you? You don't need to hold it that hard.
Oh.
It's like finger motions.
Okay. I thought this was like gonna be like a contest situation.
Nah. Well, that said, we should probably put another match on for Puyo, and I can play several people. Ronald said he needs a minute, so he doesn't want his run back yet. So the other people I can fight are Braven or Humberto. Braven. What are you playing? They are playing Tekken, right? Is that what he said?
So they're playing either. Let me see.
Because Ronald's taking a break, so I got to play either Braven or Humberto.
How's your matchup looking against Braven or Humberto?
In the past 2 Puyo tournaments, I have not dropped a game.
So you're feeling pretty good.
So we got a decent shot.
I mean, you are the Puyo Tetris goat. So
See if it works this time. Do my roll bundle.
This time I can play you at your full power?
you want me to buy?
You keep nerfing yourself before we play.
I wasn't even expecting to come today. Like that's how awful stuff.
And then I was like, I'm here. So I do appreciate that. Thank you for donating to the Tim Wants 100 Girlfriends merch fund.
Brother.
Oh, I forgot
forget that.
Is that what you're spending your winnings on?
What else would I spend these winnings on?
I don't know. Heading to more locals?
Getting a car.
Is there Amtrak where you live? Is there Amtrak where you live?
He's more ghetto than he doesn't deserve an Amtrak.
The closest Amtrak to me is Hanford, and it's like 20 to 30 minutes away
Oh, God.
to the Amtrak.
Yeah.
Which I do.
Why don't you move to Hanford and live with, and room up with Berto? Wait, I thought you lived in Hanford. Wait, I thought you lived in Hanford.
Yeah, he's further than me.
No shit.
Let me update these things real quick. Player 1 tag.
Are you great?
Oh, let's go.
I tried it. Zanite.
Oh God, I'm not a hype monster.
You don't gotta be.
But I'm not the knowledgeable nerd either. Oh God.
You can try to be.
I don't know shit about Tetris.
Tekken 7, you can only access Kazuya's devil form when.
Ronald, get on commentary.
But then if you transform into a devil, you lose your rage.
I can't do this by myself.
But there is one particular rage strike though that like
If he's delaying the game, it's
certain
okay.
moves that transitions to be that becomes a devil. But you only have one shot. If you don't land it on the opponent, you lose your rage strike and you don't get devil access. So high risk, high reward. That's what matters. Technically, it's going to be a little more complicated than that. I'll have to test it out before I can. Oh, well, what's up?
We can play more of the games after whatever. I've got MK9. I don't have MK1.
I like all Mortal Kombat games. I'm down for anything.
I don't have MK9, so I've got it on my schedule.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat 4, Mortal Kombat PC, Mortal Kombat Armageddon. I'd be down for any of them. I always make that joke.
Alrighty. Whoever's been watching, by the way, sorry for the delay, and howdy. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed those wildly intense matches so far. So sorry in advance. This is being exported directly to YouTube. I wasn't going to edit anything. But next up, it should be Peter the Great and Zanite. I also need to make sure I get, excuse me, score stuff updated and everything. Whew. Let's see. Yeah, thank you for thank you for lending me your energy. That was some intense matches. Wait. Luis, you beat Sandy 2-0? Okay. And oh wait, you played Humberto? What was this? Okay. Y'all didn't do your actual match. Oh boy. Then just play again at some point. Oh wait, y'all are starting? You ready? Well, you might as well. We're here. We here. We moving.
So
bro, why you... Okay, there we go. Hold up. Say something?
Something.
What?
Something. Oh,
Wait.
the fun was on. Something?
Okay, I think your levels are fine. Maybe. I don't know. Well, can y'all hear... We have punError here. But we have two of the local legends here. Puyo, Tetris. Whoo, boy.
So how are you feeling after your last win? That's the last game.
Yeah, I'm still recovering. I know Tim's gonna talk his smack. Oh, this needs to be first to 3 because I watched everyone too quickly. Look, man, I made it first to 2 from the TO perspective because this is like Guilty Gear Strive.
I mean,
things can be over in an instant, or they can drag out forever. There's no in between.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of times TOs are pretty much wrong, so.
That's just false. What the? Okay. Anyways, great. Oh, that was a swap combo. Okay, this is GG's actually. Oh wait, he defended a lot of it. Never mind. So never mind. I lied. It carried over. Yeah, this is bad. Zanite is pretty darn good at survival though, but he doesn't have a lot to work with here. Oh, nice. Punched it out. This is freaking scary. I think I see a few pieces he may be able to survive, but this is Peter the Great we're talking about. Oh, nice. Oh no, he just needed to stall a bit longer. Frick, that's probably gonna cost him. Have you been learning a lot from observing these great players so far?
I'm looking. I have no idea what I'm looking at, to be honest.
Oh, that's GG's, by the way. There's no recovery for this.
Yeah.
So, well, what is your experience with Puyo Tetris? Do you understand the general premise and the rules?
I know. I mean, I still obviously know how to play Tetris, because who doesn't?
Okay, Puyo Tetris. Puyo is.
But I still have no idea how to like pull off a 3 clear in Puyo, 3 or 4 clear. So.
Well, you stack vertically, so you try to think about like stacking things on top of each other to where once you put something at the bottom that'll clear that row out, how will things fall down to match up a new layer of things combining?
Because I'm not very great at thinking
Ahead.
Not so much ahead, but like
Nice
spatially.
Tetris.
I guess, is it spatially?
Maybe. I mean, to be honest, it's not like I'm an expert at all. But it's something I guess you may do it instinctively as you play more and more. Like, you see how fast they're doing these full Tetris clears. You see the stuff that they're building up. You can tell they know what they're doing. This is a double. Nice. This is another double, I think.
Oh, that's a double.
Yep. And you see, it's back-to-back, back and forth. They're fighting off each other's garbage attacks. But so far, Zanite has a lot of garbage at the top to deal with, and it's coming to the... Okay, that was brilliantly timed. This might be a wrap. Yep. See, this here is why Peter the Great insists on first to 3. Oh, man, things go so fast. Well, buddy, you're the one doing all these combos. Of course things go fast.
Is Connect...
Anyone can cook.
Is Connect 4 turn-based Puyo?
Well, no, because Connect 4 ends when you get the in a row.
Is turn-based sudden death Puyo?
I guess that is kind of one way to. In fact, if that helps you, if that helps with like your thought process in stacking the Puyos, then sure, that is what it is.
No, I'm just saying that just a troll.
Well, too late. You already said something that semi makes sense, so now you gotta hold that. And see, this is good examples of how to like stack combos. Whereas, like I said, Zanite's specialty seems to be usually in survival. But the problem is when you get those really unlucky garbage drops, and then everything, like all of your avenues of comboing and/or survival, just get cut off, and it's just GG's from there. Like here, like what is he supposed to do with this? Genuinely, that was kind of clutch, but this is terrible.
Oh no!
Well, that's the thing. He doesn't have a choice. He's not getting the right pieces. Everything is organized in such an awkward way. You kind of just have to just do what you can. But that's a 2-piece. If Zanite doesn't get anything now, oh wow, this is yeah. He can't get anything on the right side. The pieces here, nope, this is it. And that is a GG's. I didn't even have time to update the scores.
God damn, he got swept.
Well, because it's freaking our actual Sencal legend.
He's a hungry man.
Oh, he's also hungry. That's a legitimate John. So I'm not gonna. Well, oh wait, hold up. Oh, that's the wrong bracket. Whoops, hold on. Zanite, Peter the Great 3.
God damn.
I think I might as well go ahead and play Tim since he's already there. Wait, what?
He wants to get his last game before he goes eats.
Oh wait, you only have. Wait, who have you played so far?
We haven't gone head-to-head yet. He needs to get his game in before he's done with this bracket.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you also haven't played me either.
I don't think I've been up since 6 in the morning and I haven't had anything to eat yet.
Well, that's why I thought you were just gonna go eat and we're gonna do other stuff in the meantime.
No,
Sure. Okay. I'm going to vamoose off of here, let Peter the Great be the Great on here. And I'm going to go and play Lethal League against Sandy and possibly get...
You're the goat of
Body.
commentary?
Well, Peter the Great is an actual experienced commentator.
Wait, is he actually?
Yes. Do you not know he's commentated numerous times for numerous things? He actually knows what he's doing.
Smash and Street Fighter before.
Wait, you commentate? Oh yeah, you did commentate.
Did you think I was kidding?
I'm still miffed at Full Combo not putting me in their commentary for the 2 Street Fighter events I commentated that weren't Full Combo.
Hey,
Oh my God.
Ronald, get him that commentary sponsorship, man.
I'm not even in charge of the social media or the other things. Here you go, Tim. Right now.
Trash talk you, Tim. Don't worry.
You don't have Rumble, but I think that'll be okay.
Oh shit, the Switch can tell what color Joy-Cons you're using?
Yep. There is a little extra bit encoded into the controller's board that tells you the color of the controller and the buttons. So custom controller modders will actually, on the board, change that too to match the custom cases they make for it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Actually, I didn't know that.
Switch modding is cool. All right, Paprcut, Zanite, 0-0. All right, they're all good. They're all good. They're all good. All right. We're rocking with
So
it.
what do you think of the matchup so far?
I think it's a pretty good.
Because David, I know, has a habit of trying to stall.
But his Puyo is superior. And we can kind of see a little awkward of a start from Paprcut there, but he kind of cleaned it out in the end. He had really awkward building, so it took him longer, but he was able to lead into a Tetris early.
So how do you think this matchup is gonna go, where it's basically just mirror images of each other?
It might go a little trickier than that, because like the whole point of it being mirrors, like the set with Ronald was a lot more mirrored than this will be. Because here, Humberto has a better grasp on Puyo, which is important because Tetris is kind of like,
Filler.
it's all execution, and because of that, it's only as fast as you make it. But Puyo, because of the nature of building combos, it only hits. It only hits as hard as it wants to. And because of that, it opens another variable of just these hard, heavy swings that we were lacking for the set against B-Boy.
Ah.
That said, we're already seeing a good couple Tetrises back, so he's able to play it back on the Tetris side. So it's not going to be as like awful as you'd think, as I'm making it sound by saying that, of like, oh, one person's just going to hit harder. Because Paprcut has shown the ability to be flexible and hit back when he needs to. But the issue here is that's going to be up to him to have to play around that. It's a thing where Humberto, where Zanite, has the foot forward. He's the one setting the pace of the match.
Ah.
So the game will kind of live and breathe on how well either Humberto does or does not mess up, and how well Paprcut kind of matches the pace.
Now then. Beautiful.
So for David to win, he's gonna have to play more defensively.
Not necessarily. He has to play counter-aggressively. Playing defensively will stall, but you do not want to stall against Puyo combos, because that garbage will fall. On top of that, the way the combos will add, if you just stall, it just makes the combo bigger. Because you're just stalling, okay, we'll just keep adding to that garbage until it eventually drops. Playing defensive against someone who has combos on lock is just asking to make it get one bigger swing, as opposed to littler swings you might be able to manage and mitigate.
Ah.
So he doesn't need to play defensively in the sense that I've talked about earlier of stalling out stuff and kind of putting damage where he wants. He needs to play counter-aggressive, where he responds to a combo hitting him with his own hit. Like that perfectly. That Tetris back in response to that small soft combo completely negated it.
So it's basically
Perfect.
the best defense.
It's a good offense.
It's good offense.
Exactly.
Hey, that's how I can respect that.
Yep. In a case like this, that's exactly what you need. That said, Humberto's kind of made it pretty clear. He's playing not at full steam, so the longer these sets go, playing kind of lame could work because his execution is going to be sloppy. He's a hungry guy who just showed up unexpectedly.
I mean, to be fair, Humberto kind of nerfed himself a bit.
Oh yeah, but that also just needs to be said. No one ever plays at 100% all the time. Like, the thing about brackets is no one ever... Oh, shut up, dude. no one ever plays perfect all the time. We're not machines. So these kind of cases are going to come down
Set by
to.
the actual machine.
It's going to come down to how well you're playing, even if you're a little sloppy. That's how it would be. And in this case, Zanite played pretty well there in the end. And he was able to close it out. Gets
Set
the first
actual
point.
machine set the actual machine of Puyo Tetris.
It's not my fault my autopilot's so good.
Brother.
He did. We were playing friendlies before, and he got some. He's the #1 seed for a reason. There's a reason Braven's the #1 seed here. Yeah, exactly.
How interesting.
Brother, he's pulling the I don't even play this game.
Hey, it works. For the entirety of, like, pre-COVID, Waddy, one of the top playing Smash players, did not own a Switch. Yeah, he had a perfect clear, by the way. Did you not see the giant amount of damage that's sitting there, by the way? Because we were too busy being yapped at? It's because he got a full clear.
God damn it.
I was wondering why you had just one oh, this guy is doing full clear setups. He labbed. Because that specific placements? Nah, this guy labbed full clear setups after he learned about how this game has that set lineup.
Oh,
This
people
guy's
lab
being a
this
punk.
game?
Yeah. Because you have that set order, there are ways you can build, because your first 7 pieces are always guaranteed to be the same. There are certain ways you can build those first 7 to where, depending on the 3 after, 4 after technically, because you can hold one, you can guarantee a full clear. I believe the statistics is somewhere around like 1 in 3.
That's not horrible.
Yeah, it's a 1 in 3 chance that your setup won't get it if you do certain setups. You have to get certain each setup doesn't work for every piece, but they work for certain pieces, and because you're guaranteed 4 of those 7, you can kind of mitigate which ones you get.
No, that's not. No, those aren't horrible. Gotcha players will look at even worse odds. And say,
Oh, exactly, yeah.
I can
It's a strategy that definitely works. You will see it be pulled off because of that. So when he said, like, yeah, I got a full clear in Tetris, I believe it, because if you have one of those builds in mind and you build for it, you can 100% get it. But again, it comes down to execution and a little bit of that line.
How interesting.
Yeah, I try not to depend on luck if I can help it though.
But those odds are pretty good. All right. Right now, even after that full clear, he wasn't really able to fully optimize his damage, but his Puyo board's looking a little nicer. But that combo cutter right there, that would have set off the purple into the blue. That would have been great. That one little trash there sealed off his entire combo tree. But he's able to do it in reverse and get a 3-piece. Perfect.
Perfect.
The thing about these kind of combos, if you build them that angular, is that they take up a little more space because they're not as like optimal as they could be. But that also means you don't have to rely on one specific setup. And that goes a long way.
Oh.
Nope, not quite the L you want to fit there. There's the L you want to fit there. And now you've got a nice clean opening there on that side for a Tetris. When you look over at Paprcut's side, he's got a bunch of gaps in his openings. His Tetris is looking like a wash. So it's going to have to see how well his Puyo can adapt here at the end. But he doesn't really have anything set up. Compared to even though Zanite doesn't have like a crazy setup, it's still just a cleaner board. So this is looking like a wrap for game 2 as the timer goes out. 2, 1, pass over.
Oh,
And all right, he clears some of it, but that 1 bit stops it right there at the end.
yeah.
That's another point on the board for Zanite. Good old Humberto getting the second point.
Oh shit! You got the arcade stick.
Yeah, I told you he plays with the stick. It's a really heavy one. It's weighted. He's going for another setup. He's going for the setup again. All right, buddy. It's over. He got the wrong pieces. I saw when he had that long piece and how he had to pocket it and seeing the pieces coming, he wasn't going to get it. All right.
How often are you able to get a full clear on Puyo?
Puyo is heavily dependent on luck for that. You can sometimes just get it for free. Sometimes it will give you 2 of a color, 2 of a color, and you just get a full clear.
Oh.
But outside of that, it's a tricky thing to get because you need to get that limit of 4 or more for Puyos. So they come in pairs of 2, but because the colors can differ, it can be really hard to actually get the specific colors you want for it. Full clears in Puyo are much more rare. Compared to Tetris, where there are almost guaranteed ways to get it, getting them in Puyo are much more rare.
This is the time where Where the last time we played Puyo.
Yeah, last event where we had 3 in the whole event, and 2 of them were in the same round. It's sometimes luck just does that to people, but how you play with the full clears matters.
Nah, luck tends to fuck me more often than not, so I tend to avoid it.
But these are games where it might be unavoidable.
Now then.
All right.
Now then.
I'm kind of wondering what Humberto's building on his Tetris side. Is he trying to build for like? Is he trying to build for T-spins? Because the spaces are awkward. So I don't know if he's just misinputting or what. I'm going to pay attention to his Tetris a little more clearly out of our discussion because I'm kind of curious. Are those misinputs or is he trying to fix something? Based on these pieces coming in, it's looking more and more like it was either what might have been a strategy that now became misinputs, but these wrong L pieces to fit in the space he wants.
Yeah,
So all he's done is recover his area.
Sometimes the wrong thing comes at the wrong time.
Sometimes the wrong thing comes and all you get is the wrong L. That said, here's a 1-2.
Now then. How interesting.
And it's countered by a 1-2 immediately, so a whole lot of nothing. Right now, Humberto's got a little bit more set up on his board. And he's able to get a little bit of a bigger 2-piece here, which might block off whatever Paprcut might do here. Excuse me.
Now then.
And he takes the trash on Puyo. I like that. Landing there early, just dropping the thing, even though it wasn't too big of a combo opener, was a great move because that could have been significantly scarier. Okay. And the perfect LP. Ah!
Oh,
I don't think he was aware.
That's a bit of awkward spot in the pieces that he has right now.
Yep, but that L piece that he rotated, it could have fit perfectly there in that cubby and given him a couple extra space. I don't think he was aware in time. It's a little rough.
Oh, Dave is in the...
His Tetris isn't bad. Because it eats the block after you do that, he doesn't have that gap there, and he can still work with that. That kind of setup is perfect because most 2 wide blocks will just cover it easily. So you can do yellow blocks, you can do certain of the Zs there. Like that Z could fit there perfectly, his held block could fit there perfectly, but he has to let them rip now. And there you go. Good switch. Oh, but he didn't rotate in time? Perfect.
There it is.
Salvaged it. He's holding on. And here comes another yellow. Most of that's cleared off. He's still in a rough spot, but it's not anywhere near as bad as it looked. And now with the swap coming in, he's got another chance. Both of their Tetrises are in really risky situations. If either of them brings a ton of damage over from this Puyo, it could be the game.
You think this Puyo do you think is the game maker right here?
Oh, definitely. Although Zanite kind of fumbled his combo there. He had an option there, but because there was junk Puyos in the way, it kind of left space where he probably didn't want there to be, so he wasn't able to get a combo going. So neither of them have anything going into this.
So realistically, it probably comes out more in David's favor in this round.
Just a little bit, but he needs that line piece, and right now it is not seeing fit to give him it. There it is.
There it is.
Clears out some space, and that line piece made all the difference. Oh, but Humberto was ready to counter out. Both their Tetrises are, again, just edging so closer to the death. Oh, doing a 2.
The double.
Although there was a combo over there, so all that does is delay some of the garbage, but neither of them really have big combo setups either. These Tetris situations are like the edge of death. And neither of them are going to set up anything for Puyo to carry over into it. All right, how are you going to play with this? This is rough. All right.
There it is.
They're both holding on.
Oh shit, this is surprisingly clutch.
Oh, but that might have been it. That was it. That one part there with the line piece just perfectly blocked him off right at the end. And that'll do it. They played a heck of a game, but Zanite clutches it out.
Do you want the rest of this?
What a fantastically flat set. That ends PaprcutRadiation's playing through in the round robin of our Swiss Shenanigans.
Dang.
Having a nail-biter set with Ronald and having a really close, surprisingly, set with Humberto, and then playing pretty clean to the other guys. So even though that is a record that looks rough, don't let those 2 wins be like, oh yeah, those are lucky. Now he earned that mess. Dude played great.
Thank you.
I mean, to be fair, Dave is kind of playing against monsters here, so.
Yeah, that too. I will always respect his effort for wanting to play games that aren't his main game. Dude gives everything his best shot. Nothing but respect. Yep.
Not only that, but he's been good at he picks stuff up quickly. That's
He does. I talked about that on comms earlier.
Despite this not being his main game, he does spend a lot of time just in the corner when the four of us just going at it. So he is picking stuff up.
Yeah, I saw that when I was talking about Ronald's set. We literally watched him like change mid-set from let's delay this for later to move the garbage different, or I can build a combo here. Like the pieces are coming together. He's getting it. So it's only a matter of time. If he keeps entering, he's going to start taking names.
Absolutely.
I think I'm gonna buy Puyo after this, so I can't make the excuse anymore.
You can buy Puyo, but you can't buy time.
Just play Tetris and Puyo separately.
Self-accountability. I can't say I don't know the game.
No, just play Puyo and Tetris separately, and just
Tetris is on everything, and
just
then
so you can say I don't even play this game.
and then all you nerds who are like, I don't have Puyo, how do I play it? If you have a Switch with online, you have Puyo.
Aren't there ways of playing Puyo without the Tetris?
Yeah. For the longest time, they were separate. Puyo Tetris was the first time they crossed over, and that was a game in, 2015, 2016?
So if you play, so Braven does things right. He can still pull the I don't even play this game.
Exactly.
It'll learn. Don't worry about it. It'll confirm it.
Oh, I gotta play Braven and Ronald and Puyo Tetris at some point.
Don't mash in case it's A. Alright.
How's it?
So where'd Ronald go?
Did he run away again?
Is he ducking me? Nah, he's over there playing Lethal League, it looks like.
I mean, to be fair, Run's always ducking.
No, he's just short.
Yeah, fair. I mean, you're not exactly a giant either, Tim.
I'm not, but the joke is there. But alright. I'll update those scores back to neutral. What are y'all doing over there? What are y'all doing over there? Puyo Tetris getting a little crazy.
They're just being good friends.
Out so that way I can buy Puyo on his console with my credit card.
You are now putting your credit card in my
I'm gonna put it in there right now.
If we're handing out credit cards, I'll take one.
I'll take it.
You can have this one that has Hilda on it.
You can have that one.
It's only in character if I rack up debt on this. It's the most fitting thing to rack up debt on.
This is Hilda is a genuine I can fix her character.
Government card on me?
No buying Puyo.
Oh, so now you're just here to make the excuse at this point. They can't give me something,
I'm just gonna buy
What's the point where Batty just crosses over into I can fix her?
I'm not gonna let you buy me Puyo.
Fixing is too much work.
What?
I'm lazy. Fixing is too much work.
Then I honestly don't know what the issue could be.
I've tried that before and it doesn't work.
All right.
Trust me.
They said it was this controller.
Am I just gonna lose battery or
Who else can we put on for Puyo right now? You gotta have
Ronald.
me v Ronald, me
Is
v
Hilda-
Humberto. We gotta
Is
do
Hilda an I can
Braven
fix her
me.
character?
Maybe? Actually,
I gotta play
originally,
Braven and
yes.
Ronald.
Now,
And
maybe.
Humberto has to play
We don't
Ronald.
know.
We got a couple options.
Oh, sorry.
Is that what you're into, Ron?
You like the bot in chat, by the way?
Whoa, Rocket1_12.
Time to get banned? There's the sword up there for it.
I never bought
Hey, buddy, just wanted to say kudos on
ELO does all the banning, and even when I don't ban, no, I.
Pin that message.
Brother.
Pin the bot message.
Pin the bot.
Wait, so who played?
That was, and I just recorded it. That was,
David and Humberto.
yeah, and I just recorded it.
I could play Humberto, and then Braven can play whoever. Wait, Braven, who haven't you played in Lethal League?
I don't know.
Anyone?
Oh, wait.
Oh. You haven't played it against anyone.
Raven hasn't gotten any scores recorded for Lethal League, so
Wait, who's Star Deviant?
Wait.
that's Sandy.
So you two didn't play in Lethal League yet?
I actually got some interesting messages. You know
Wait, Star Deviant the one who's Star Deviant the one who's in Ohio?
Oh.
Or is that
Star
someone?
Deviant is.
She's literally right there.
Oh.
I thought that was bait at first. I was like,
No.
is this like a setup?
No, is like
is this a young joke that I don't get?
The Ohio Riz Gyat? Is that
I don't understand.
Phantom tags.
No, no, seriously.
Is
Like, I
Sandy the
remember
one
there's,
with
like,
the
there's, like,
Ohio
a guy-
Riz?
It's sayings like this that allow Ohio people to breed, and we can't be having that anymore.
Wait, you want to Lethal League?
Her.
Okay.
No, but seriously, there's like a guy.
Well, you.
There's a guy who wasn't there like a Senko guy who moved to Ohio?
This guy.
Senko guys move everywhere. I moved to Utah.
Wait, it's
I know, right?
Star Moon?
Is that even a real state?
Yeah, I miss it. I liked Utah. I was in Salt Lake City. It was great.
No, not a bot.
Luis.
Yeah, I played Luis 2-1.
Ding. After I said that, all the Ohio people left the chat.
Brain rot.
Yeah. Well, here's what we'll do. David.
We gotta run some Puyo. We got 3 left. It looks like 4 left.
Okay. So
Yeah, your Puyo sets are all good.
wait. So you and Humberto
Good thing
can
I don't-
actually play now.
Good thing I don't know anyone from Ohio. Or you?
And then I gotta play you and Puyo.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Mini game right now.
Oh, for Pete's sake. Okay. Well, let me play Tim and Puyo either way.
Yeah. All right, you get to watch us play.
Oh God, no! Don't leave me on commentary. Braven, don't.
He's busy. You can do it. You play lethally.
He's playing a mini game on my
Oh,
Xbox
for
right
Pete's
now.
sake. What player are you, Tim?
He may have the muscle, but he can't outhurt me.
What are you? Okay, whatever.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Remember to get your weighted controller, by the way.
Your weighted training gear.
Y'all really be out here trying to weight lift with your sticks?
Yeah, the stream can't see it, but actually just physically dominated Humberto.
Well, I'm gonna dominate you right now.
No, hold on. Someone's going to clip that severely
Hey,
out
Ronald.
of context, and it's going to be over.
If,
What out of context? That's
if
full
Phil,
context.
if Phil money matched you,
Just physically dominate.
Ronald, if Phil money matched you for your tag, would you do it?
Why would Phil want my
He wants to be B-Boy Sonic.
Why would he want to be?
Because he's more of a Sonic fan than you.
He is more of a Sonic fan than you.
But is he more of a B-boy or an X?
Oh, that's Aura 360.
I mean, I saw him on a unicycle once. That counts, right?
Actually, that was pretty
Does that count as the B-boy or the X?
That's the B-Boy.
That's the B-boy.
I don't. That's more the X.
No, the X is his local at that bowling alley.
All right.
Yo! He's more of a BBoySonicX than you are. BBoySonicX.
I changed pair order so it could be
My Puyo legacy is over. He owns Puyo Tetris 2 now.
All right, so this is the part where I BM.
Hey, leave your card in.
You're going to sandbag and foil Tetris.
I am. We're gonna play my secondary. I'll play which.
You're gonna sandbag this.
Because can playing a character other than your main actually hurt your mental?
Maybe. Because you get different voice lines when you do your combos.
He-
So you might not know how big your combo is from voice lines.
He doesn't want to see her win as much.
Cancel Tim on Twitter.
See, the real joke is that this one was actually on stream, and I just displayed my entire credit card.
Just
And
make sure before you win to do a taunt kill, whatever that is, in Puyo Tetris. What would you consider a taunt kill in Puyo Tetris, Tim?
In other words, being Phil.
I'll win the next one for you.
Part of why I had to take Puyo seriously is I lost to Phil frog stacking. I was like, I refuse to lose to this. I hate it.
Oh, they're Puyoing right now.
Tim out here saying it's Puyo time and just Puyoed all over the place.
Oh. There's Puyos on both sides. And 5-second timer till it's Tetris. Oh, that's a super ultra combo. And now it's Tetris. They're placing pieces. Tim is actually opting for a left well as opposed to a right well. Very offensive game plan here. But he seems to know what he's doing.
I don't know, man. I'm more of a right well guy myself.
I am
What
too.
about
It's
you?
like it's the normal thing. You're a freak if you left well. But it is a good offensive thing because you can't just clear
I mean,
lines.
to be fair, Tim's kind of a weirdo in general. So.
True.
I appreciate how genuinely baffled you are.
I'm going to need a replay on that. What the
Bit of a left well freak.
game just started?
Ding.
No Puyo chain.
It's game 1 and people Ronald's already saying.
Oh,
calling
chain.
Johns.
And then purple. That's going to be a 4 chain. A 3 chain, actually. My apologies.
Dang, Ronald with the Johns.
Well, that's a death. Timothy is too mad that he's speed running.
Imagine speed running a competitive game.
Yeah. These speedrunners complaining the video game isn't long enough.
I know. Tim's is the reason why we even have a best of 3 out of 5. Is Tim frog stacking right now?
I don't know what a frog stack is, I'll be honest. Oh, Tetris time. He's setting up a tag team attack. A little bit of a swap combo going on.
I mean, to be fair, Ronaldson has never been the best at execution. And that's what Ronald always says whenever he...
And here's that. Oh, switching it over to Puyo. I personally wouldn't have taken that damage. I would have wanted to sit it in Tetris, but he is getting damage mitigation. Never mind, he's a genius and I'm an idiot.
Dang, someone named Sonic saying too fast. That's pretty sad, man.
Ronald too. Ooh, and a miss drop. That's embarrassing. Everyone clipped that.
Just kind of shows how much of a Sonic fan Ronald isn't.
Yeah. Phil's taking that title.
I know. When we're getting the B-Boy money match.
That's true. And Phil loses his title. Of Phil. He can't use his name anymore.
Dang. Imagine not being able to legally declare yourself your own name.
Well, he'll just B-Waves another one. Oh, stack green. Yellow? I feel like I'm watching like sensory videos here. With all the bright colors. No, like those children's like Coco Melon.
I've never watched Cocomelon.
I feel like I'm watching like a sensory video, just seeing colors change, getting excited by it.
Honestly, to be fair, like, oh, there he is.
Cookies have been delivered to the commentary desk.
No, you want half?
No, I already split half a brownie with him.
All right. Oh wait, do you want half?
I split half a brownie with him.
Okay.
You can get the full cookie. You've deserved it.
Yo, let's go.
Raven really out here defending Subway.
You're out here getting Subway.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
I mean, I'll always defend cookies.
Subway does have cookies. They are dropping the foot-long cookie.
Wait, what?
They're dropping the foot-long cookie.
That's the thing?
It's gonna be.
I can't tell if you're capping or not.
I'd never cap on commentary booth.
Ding. Ding, Ronald deploying the Johns.
Oh, I should have installed Tetris Battle Gaiden before I came out. That game's phenomenal.
Tetris what?
Battle Gaiden. It's the best Tetris.
Got something to say about that, Tim?
Tim's a Puyo player. Bit 3-0 win.
It was a clean sweep.
Ronald, your contribution to the 100 Girlfriends merch fund is appreciated.
Oh, glad to be of service.
I'll get you another inflatable chicken leg.
Oh, lordy.
So how'd you feel about getting swept?
What do you think I feel right now?
You feel like saying a bunch of Johns?
It's okay, Ronald. When bracket's over, I can break it down and give you better tips that aren't in match if you do want to learn stuff.
That would be nice, yes.
At least he's able to get swept. No one else plays plus R.
Brother.
Yeah, you gotta hold that, buddy. Also, I haven't been updating the text, but we've had Peter the Great, Braven, and punError on commentary. Hope y'all have enjoyed it so far.
I'm not really much of a commentator.
Well, now you are.
Oh.
By the way, Tim. Oh wait, here I'll tell him afterwards. I'm gonna pull a TO audible and make grands first to 4. Because Start GG only lets you put in 4 anyway. Grand finals is first to 4.
Okay.
Because you can't put in more than 4.
That's all right. Why are you telling me this? It's not like I'm going to grands or anything. We don't know that.
Brother.
I could go like 0-9 against Braven. He's the #1 seed.
When did MM get down here with the downplay?
Dang. MM, did you die and suddenly take over Tim?
We should tag Tim or tag MM. Let's see. Who hasn't played yet?
If any of this gets picked up on mic, I just want to send any of these clips to my Smash buddy Lloyd Crow, and he'll just be like, yeah, this is just Tim.
This is just Tim.
Yeah, make sure to tag him and make sure he's still alive.
Oh yeah, I wonder what he's been up to today, actually. Wait, Puyo, Tetris, Zanite. Okay, so I need to play Braven in Lethal League. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played you and Puyo yet. Oh, the #1
So
seed.
let's just do that, actually. You two go ahead and play
Oh
Puyo.
no, not the #1 seed.
Oh, my main.
Oh, now you don't want to. Okay.
Dang.
Can't freaking believe this.
Imagine losing to someone playing their secondary.
Yo, thanks for stopping by, dude. Oh, wait, Grand Blue, are you getting it on console or PC? Are you getting Grand Blue on console or PC? Wait, download the what? Oh, the free version? Oh, smart. Okay.
Can't believe.
Okay, then I will catch you in 3 days.
Is Gramble gonna be on?
Later.
Is Gramble gonna be have crossplay?
Huh? Yeah, even the beta had crossplay. It's already in there.
No. I hate Shezza.
Okay, we got Peter the Great and
With it-
Braven.
Peter the Great with a scaly mane.
Yee-nah. No? Why?
Oh no.
He plays a Rev. So he didn't change and you guys just went,
I took it off of Rev.
okay, just want to make sure. Because he does.
We all trying to sabotage me.
I'm trying to see, did you play on bad controls? Because then we got to run that back.
Oh, man. I think I
No,
played
you-
with normal controls.
Nah, you gotta hold that, man.
I got to hold that. You weren't in the bracket.
I got to earn it, though. I'm earning it.
When are we going to see you in Puyo Tetris?
Never.
Oh, wow. Ducking. Gotcha. Oh, wait. I should play Humberto on the other setup now that I think about it. Humberto, you ready? On Puyo Tetris over there?
You're never gonna see me. Also, you're never gonna see me on another Sonic Adventure 2 bracket.
Yeah. Go ahead and duck me from the run back with actual stakes. Yeah, that makes sense. Combos here. Swapping up. We have a swap combo coming up. Dude, look at the speed. Tell Peter the Great is building. Braven is kind of chilling, but he is going to have a lot to deal with on the Puyo side.
You were saying the game was too fast.
Well, their movement is too fast,
Dang, imagine.
but this is actual high-level play. These are the top dogs in our region.
Dang, imagine someone named Sonic saying too fast.
Were you able to keep up? Were you able to understand everything that was going on?
Hey, at least I didn't name myself Sonic.
That's for various other reasons that I've already explained. Oh, frick, this is GG's. Possibly. Can he defend? Braven is another player that's pretty darn good at survival.
Yeah, you're gonna have to hold that one.
What is the plan here? Nice.
What do you think of the state of the game right now?
Good survival. The problem is Braven would have to stack on a lot to even get Peter the Great sweating right now because there's nothing to worry about. Braven's pretty much has to be in survival mode at this point. Which, going to swap, does he have the pieces to fend all of this off? Yes, he can slowly whittle away at this. Double, triple actually. Quadruple actually. Quintuple actually. This actually might be a wrap. Unless Peter the Great can start it now. Wait, but, oh wait, that was 6?
Yeah.
I thought it was 5. Wait, isn't it, wait, quintuple,
Oh shit.
isn't it sextuple for 6? I thought it was sextuple and then septuple. So hextuple? Oh. Okay, that makes more sense.
What did you call a seven-sided polygon? Septagon?
I thought it was a septagon. Oh, okay. I remember some things from school. Anyways, Braven, it's still surviving really freaking well, but
What'd you call it?
got cut off again. This is not good. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. This is, oh. This is horrible. I don't even know what's possible here.
I'm trying to remember.
Jinkies. Okay, that was it. First one to Peter the Great. Humberto, you ready to play?
Chat, what's a 9-sided polygon called?
Chat, what's a 9-sided polygon? Let us know. Let's see. Alright, it's interesting to observe the 2 different game plans going on. Braven actually taking this slow and steady. Peter the Great already has a quadruple going. No, quintuple actually. No, never mind. That was hextuple. This might actually.
Oh shit, this might be a speech. Oh no.
Not quite GG's, but this is once again. Peter the Great gets. He's the kind of guy that in a racing game he sets his acceleration to max, so he gets an extremely like explosive start. And so far it's working. Okay, it's a freaking wrap. How did he even get an all clear?
Oh.
Yeah, this might. I don't even know what Braven would do to like fend off this impending doom. Actually, this is a perfect stage jam clip. Oh dang, he lived! I thought that was a wrap. He actually lived.
So this is a stage jam moment.
Let's see. Braven still in survival. Clearing out the garbage slowly but surely. This is pretty good. Had to unfortunately dispose of the long boy there. Oh, what's the plan here? What is the plan here? This might be it. What can he fit?
I think this is a checkmate moment here.
Wait.
Oh!
You can clear that out, but I'm looking at the pieces coming up. And it got cut off.
Yeah.
That's freaking messed up.
Yeah.
What is this corner mix?
Sorry, but you didn't.
That was freaking messed up.
You took off the weighted training gear?
Alright, we're getting what's it, tote Circe mode. Okay, not sure I'll be going to play Puyo Tetris yet, so I think we can still chill here and commentate for now. No combo there for Braven's side, but I can see what's cooking up a little bit. I'm seeing something a little more ambitious on the horizon. What are we gonna do here? Oh, the category needs to be changed. Thank you. Okay, Braven once again in survival. This is just how Peter the Great gets started. He just gets things going immediately, and then you are fighting for your life the whole time. Dude, what even happened?
Brother.
Braven has literally just now. There's nothing else. There's no other options.
Yeah, this is a stage M moment. Right? Not even a stage M moment. This.
I don't even think it's the same anymore. This is a wrap.
Yeah, this is a kill.
What can he do here? 2-piece, but Peter the Great had a 4-piece. Jinkies, brother. Okay, well.
Sorry, but you didn't stand a chance.
Peter the Great once again fending off the competition that he was worried about. This is the second time that Peter the Great had a quote-unquote bracket demon that he was worried about, and then he does totally fine.
Yeah, he just sweeps. Wait, has Tim went go 3-0 for every.
I think yeah, I don't think he's dropped a single game.
Has he dropped? Okay, has he even dropped a game this bracket?
No, he has not. Wait, hold up.